What's going on, Guardians? TBL here, and the next episode of IGN's first series on Destiny 2, titled Creating the Story of a Lightless World, has come out. And don't worry, there's no real spoilers in this video. And they start things off by talking about the pacing for both Destiny 1's story and how it relates to the pacing in Destiny 2. And of course that if Destiny 1 were going at a standard heartbeat, the pacing of Destiny 2 is going to be more akin to somebody at the gym getting a pretty hard workout. We've learned that the overall focus of the narrative in Destiny 2 is going to be on our Guardians and what it means to be a Guardian and what it means to live without light. We know that our character, our Guardian, our Ghost, our leaders, Zavala, Cayde, Ikora, they are going to be losing their light, having it stripped from them over the course of Destiny 2, and then having to learn to live without it before ultimately fighting to get that light back. The goal here, according to Bungie, was to create a more personal story experience than what we experienced in Destiny 1. We're going to have more one-on-one encounters with the NPCs that we know and love from Destiny 1, and we're going to be getting to learn a little bit more about them throughout the many different missions and storylines we'll be taking part in Destiny 2. We're going to get to learn more about how Cayde does things when he's out in the wilds on his own. We're going to get to learn more about how Ikora and Zavala handle being stripped of the power that they've known for centuries. They went on to talk a bit about how Destiny 1 served as the foundation for the story of Destiny, and it was something that they can build upon in subsequent games and expansions, and that's what they're looking to do with Destiny 2. They're going to be expanding on the lore of the Cabal, on Dominus Ghaul, the Red Legion, and the overall hierarchy of the Cabal Empire, which right now is something that we've only been able to glean bits and pieces of from the expanded grimoire outside of the game, so I'm going to be looking forward to learning more about that. Also, something I thought that was rather interesting from this interview is that Bungie has acknowledged that they really haven't spoken about or utilized the Traveler itself in any real DLC since Destiny's initial launch. We haven't heard a peep from that thing since the end of the initial Destiny story, when the stranger went walking off into the sunset. And I'm glad that they've made the mention that the Traveler itself is going to be once again center stage when it comes to the story in Destiny 2. The two representatives from Bungie said that they've been listening to player feedback and they've tried to mold the narrative experience in Destiny 2 based on it. There's going to be a wide variety of different story channels in all aspects of the content. You're going to have story in the farm. You're going to have story out on the other planets. You're going to have story in the patrol zones. But really, that's pretty much it for the IGN first video on Destiny 2's story. Just a lot of talk about the narrative direction. They reiterated the fact that they wanted to refocus on more tangible threats in Destiny 2 rather than something abstract like the darkness. They talked a bit more about how they could never really solidify what exactly the darkness is. It's just kind of this out there overlying force that has minions like the Cabal who serve it, or races that fear and are fleeing it like the Fallen. But they made note of the fact that they never really solidified exactly what the darkness is, and they wanted to pull away from that just a little bit with Destiny 2. Now, it is important to say that they are not getting rid of the darkness. It's not just being written off. And it very well may likely return in subsequent games, but they wanted to focus on something more tangible, something more immediate, something more personal when it came to Destiny 2. And so, in order to give us a more direct and immediate threat, they created Dominus Ghaul, whose motivations are basically that he feels passed over by the Traveler. Like the Cabal race, and he in particular, were more worthy to wield the Traveler's light than we were. Over the course of Destiny 2, we're going to be getting plenty of insight into Ghaul's backstory and overall character motivations, mainly through interactions with his mentor, the Consul, played by Frank Langella, by the way. And that over the course of the story of Destiny 2, we'll come to have some sort of connection with Dominus Ghaul, with feelings of animosity, hatred, rage, maybe even understanding for some of his motivations. Certainly more so than what we had with, say, the Darkness Shard that we blew up at the end of the original Destiny story. But alright, Guardians, that's pretty much it for this wrap-up. In my opinion, the focus on story is definitely a very welcome change. And I can't wait to learn more as we make our way towards the closed and open betas next week. But that's it for this one. Be sure to let us know what you Guardians think down in the comment section below. And make sure you stay tuned in tomorrow, July 12th, where they'll be having their next IGN First video giving a closer look at the Sentinel Titan class. But we're out for now. Thanks so much for watching Planet Destiny. And as always, I am the Black Link. You Guardians, stay frosty.
It's a great variety. I really think D2, or Destiny 2 is, I mean, it's certainly the best of our teams. And it sounds cliche, you always expect that, but I really truly think that everyone here at Bungie did the best work that they've done for Destiny 2.
I think players are ultimately going to see a wide variety of story channels, an eclectic number of outlets to see story infused throughout the game. Top to bottom, soup to nuts. There is story everywhere.
I hope people complain about how much story we have at the end of this.
Actually, that would be kind of awesome.
Yeah. That'd be the Reddit thread I'd like to read. It's just too much damn story.